What's poppin', you guys? It's me, Keisha, and I am here with my all to y'all shade. Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 3 Reunion Part 1. When I tell you guys, I am exhausted. I don't even know how I'm talking right now. I need to be asleep. Yesterday was just a magical, beautiful day. It was the premiere of my movie Paper Heart. I was up and running at 7:30 in the morning. I didn't go to bed until I want to say about four something this morning. I am exhausted, tired, but it's a happy, exhausted, tired. Once again, just thank you to everybody who came out and supported. People came from New York, from Miami, from Kansas City, Chicago, Detroit. It was just a beautiful event. I will have a vlog up soon with all of the behind the scenes footage. The feedback about the movie was phenomenal. Everyone loved it. It was just a great experience. The Detroit premiere is next Saturday, and then after that, about a few weeks after that, close to a month, it will be finally available for streaming on Tubi and IMDb. You all will be able to watch it. Of course, I will announce it when it goes live. I'm just so thankful and blessed and just so elated that, all of our hard work truly paid off. Oh, and this coming Friday, the last interview in my Meet the Cast series will be up, and I'm interviewing Lux. She plays the character Lachey in the movie, so be on the lookout for that. And I will be interviewing Melody Holt's love interest in her music video. They call him the gentleman. I will be interviewing him. Is it next week? Yeah, I'll be interviewing him, I believe, next weekend. So that interview will be up too. I'm super excited, just super excited. Now let's get into this reunion. I just took some random scattered notes. It's not my full detailed review like I normally do, but I wanted to get this video out for you guys. It is Vlogmas. I was not prepared or ready for Vlogmas, y'all, because y'all know everything I got going on with the movie and everything. And FYI, I start radiation Monday. I got my markers about 2 weeks ago, but I officially start radiation Monday. I'll be vlogging that and adding that to my breast cancer, battle vlog. So that'll be coming up as well. But yeah, I'm gonna get as much content as I can out to you guys this month. But anywho, let's get to the fashions. We always break it down. So let's start with the guys. Maurice came out in like this blue. I want to say he had like a blue suit on. It really wasn't anything too special or over the top or different. It was just regular to me. It wasn't really like after five-ish. Attire. It was like something I could see him literally like wearing to the office. I felt like he could have stepped it up a little bit more. Marceau came out in an ill-fitting like tuxedo. It just looked like he got it from like Men's Warehouse or somebody, or went to some store in the mall and picked out a suit and a bow tie. And then Martell had to come out there dressed like he was going to the Revolutionary War. I don't know where this man be going with these idiotic suits on. He looked like he just reminded me of Beauty and the Beast. And I don't know if the Beast had on a blue suit or something in that movie, but I just immediately thought of Beauty and the Beast. I don't know if it was the Beast that had on the blue suit or it was a tea kettle or something, but he just reminded me of something from Beauty and the Beast, and I was just not here for it. And I think what makes his attire even worse is the bow ties he be wearing. They're so throwback, so slaverish. It just looked like it just everything that he wears reminds me of Django Unchained. It's just like, son, we are not in the fields no more. Like, what is happening here? Like, I hate the way that man dresses. For me, I can tell you right off rip, the best dressed man for me was Carlos. Loved his suit, loved the color, loved the fit. Everything was just nice. It was current, it was stylish, it fit well, tailored to perfection. He looked marvelous. Now on to the girls. Kimmy came out in this red spaghetti strap, like beaded dress, look, look costume, diamond necklace. She had her parted down the middle with them baby hairs, child, them grown hairs, them added them elderly hairs. I get so sick of them goddamn baby hairs, them goddamn wigs, child. And so she had, like I said, mermaid look going on with her hair. She wore a really dark, like wine red wig, and I wasn't feeling the color on her, wasn't feeling those curls in her hair. They were supposed to be like a beachy style, but it just came across to me looking like stringy. I don't like that color hair, period. I didn't like it on Kimmy. I didn't like the hairstyle with the dress. The necklace gave me very much Claire's, and it just clashed with the dress. The dress, however, on her body was fit to perfection, because Kimmy has a beautiful shape. But her hair and then the makeup had red tones in it too. It was just too much red from head to toe. Something needed to be broken up in there. She should have had a sexy va 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 voom hairstyle, like some barrel waves or something very 1940, 50ish. Or she should have like did a really blunt bob or something. The hair, it was just too thottish to me. It was very thottish, very loving hip hop. Teesha came out there looking like a creamsicle, looking like some sherbet. It just wasn't a flattering color of orange. If it would have been a darker, more richer shade of orange, maybe it would have looked good on Teesha. It's that same color orange that I want to say Kendall Jenner wore to the Met Gala about 3 years ago. It's just a very out there shade of orange that isn't really that flattering. It has a very cheapness to it. um and it had feathers on the shoulders, and then it was a split, I believe, with feathers down here. And it was just a lot going on in a lot of different places to focus your eye. And then the hair that has been talked about all over social media. Teesha decided to wear a wig, and it was parted down the middle, and they had the hair going back to showcase the feathers on her shoulders. But the gag was it was a hump right here in the back, and the hump was intentional. It wasn't because of the wig, it was an intentional hump back here. I kind of know what style they were going for. I've seen that hairstyle like in the 60s, but it didn't go right. It just was not flattering. The hump wasn't as pronounced as it should have been. That hairstyle in particular is just not a really attractive hairstyle. It's something that more you would wear for an editorial shoot. And then it clashed with the dress. She needed a updo with all of this on her shoulders. The hair was too long. It was clashing into the feathers. Like I said, she should have had some type of really cute updo. And if the color was darker, maybe it would look better, because Teesha has beautiful chocolate skin. I will say that her makeup looked nice. I wish she would have had more going on with her lips, because everything was kind of like the same tone. But as far as skin wise and foundation, everything looked really good. It was a fail to me. And then with Melody's outfit, Melody didn't really bring it to me either. I felt like her look was very matronly. For her to be a woman in her mid 30s, it just wasn't giving what I wanted it to give. Melody has such a cute shape, but it just sounded looked like something like Helen Mirren would wear to the Oscars. It was just, maybe if that sleeve wouldn't have been there, it would have been a little bit more youthful. But then it was that dark, like navy color that was very like drab too, and it was that cut right here. Rico Chappelle designed it. He did a great job. It was just, like I said, it was just very older. And then the bob and with the curls or whatever, it was just giving older. And then even the color tones in her makeup, the makeup was beat to perfection. She had the best makeup on stage. I just didn't like the colors that were chosen, because those are colors that like my grandmother wears, like those mauves. And it just, it wasn't giving what I wanted it to give as far as the fashions. Um And I guess we'll talk about Tiffany and hey and Destiny next week. So overall, like I said, I give Carlos best dressed out of everybody because I didn't like nobody else's outfits. Um, so the reunion starts, and we start off talking about Kimmy being a side chick. We finally get this conversation, and Martell says that Marceau was the one that said it to him, and he said it in a joking manner. Marceau says that he didn't say it, and I want to say at some point he did say he said it. I don't remember, child. I'm damn near sleepy. But Kimmy was just saying it wasn't funny. It wasn't not funny. She was saying it wasn't funny. She didn't like the jokes being made by, Melody, Marceau, or Martell, because she's never been a side chick. They dropped the timeline of their relationship. Carlos asked Maurice why doesn't he ever defend her when that topic comes up, and he compared it to him being an alien. Like, I'm nowhere near an alien, so why would I even try to justify that statement? And I'm like, nigga, you are an alien to the other people on other planets. You are alien to them. And I'm just like, it ain't even about that. It's about putting your foot down and sticking up for your wife. You know what I'm saying? Because people are, talking about her character as a woman and as a person. You know what I'm saying? So you do need to stick up for her in that instance. Um, they asked him how no, they asked Carlos asked how Kiowa and Kimmy are doing now, and she says they're in a better place. It's still, a work in progress. And she said that before the season started that she reached out to Kiowa to let her know that that topic of conversation about the whole side chick thing was going to come up, because she just wanted to inform her so it wouldn't seem like she was just dredging up mess again for the sake of a television show. That was one of my questions of why are we talking about this again? Like, why? If you and Kaya are trying to mend things, why are we going backwards? And even with that being said, even with her calling and telling Kaya that, I still would be feeling some type of way. Like, why are we still once again talking about this? You want a side chick. Why do you keep on trying to have to prove this over and over and over again? Like, can we please drop it? Just like, can we please drop this shit with Mel and Martell? We have gone over this shit 50 million times, like Jesus the Christ. So that was pretty much that. I was all said about, Kimmy and Maurice or whatever. He was adamant that he never cheated on her, and that he finally answered the question about Kiowa cheating on him, basically, and that's why he left her. He said once he found out, he left and he never went back. So yeah, that's that on that. Then we went to Martell cheating in the motherfucking Panorama in the Panda Express. Carlos held that nigga feet to the fire, and I was so here for it. I wish more reunion hosts would give it to it raw, like old dirty bastard. He got in Martell's ass and asked all the questions and held his ass accountable and really broke it down. Like, you literally took time out of your life, out of your day, to leave the house during a pandemic when we didn't even know how bad this virus was, what this virus was, what did it do to you. You knew people was dying. You had a brand new baby in the house. So you really risked not only your own health, but your wife's health and the health of your children and your newborn baby just to go out here and fuck somebody else. And he talking about some damn. I mean, when you put it like that, no, bitch, that's exactly what it was. You disregarded everybody just so you can get your dick wet and fuck on this little girl. You don't give a fuck about nobody, child. Nobody. Both of y'all trifling, because that bitch sitting over there with a whole child her damn self and could have potentially exposed her child. Like, ugh, all of y'all are trash. Mel made it 100% clear that she left Martell before she even found out that there was a baby or anything. She was like, she just knew that something was going on. She didn't even know about a baby, but she just peeped game that this nigga is leaving the house for hours at a time when we supposed to be working on things and it's a panorama going on. Like, child, goodbye. And I was just so, like I said, happy that Carlos got into his ass and really put his feet to the flame, because Martell is a habitual liar. He is a creepazoid. He's a sociopath. I just cannot see it for that man. Anybody that wears suits like that, looking like he going to the Blue Lagoon, I don't trust. I don't want to be around, child. I'm all right. So then the topic of Mel and Marceau allegedly cheating. Martell accused them of cheating with one another, and he based this upon the night Mel found out initially about Ariane, when Ariane was calling his phone and she answered. I remember Miss Vanessa told us this story too when I interviewed her. If you have not watched my interview with Mel's mom, Miss Vanessa R. Tracy, please watch it. And she broke down the story of how Mel found out and how she was there. So everything that Mel and Marceau was saying matched up to everything that Miss Vanessa said in our interview. How the Ariana called the phone, her and Mel, had ish words or whatever. Her and Martell end up getting into it. Things had, got really, chaotic. She was afraid. She didn't want nothing to happen. And she, that's a mama. She don't want to see her daughter, potentially hit him or he hit her or throwing shit. They got kids in the house. I'm pretty sure they was cussing and yelling and all types of shit. So she was nervous and she called Marceau, because this was during a point in time where her and Marceau was close. She used to work for Scolt. And so she called him asking him for assistance. And Mel left the house pissed off. And Marceau then he said he called Martell first or something like that. I want to say he said that, and then Martell didn't answer the phone or something. I might be just adding that up in. I don't even know because I'm deliriously sleepy. But I think he said that. But I know for a fact he said that he called Mel and was like, calm down, where you at or whatever. Let's just meet up so we can talk and have some drinks or whatever. Martell felt like that was inappropriate to asks his wife to go out for drinks when she's in such a vulnerable state. Well, the only reason why he thinks that that is disrespectful is because he's the type of nigga that would use that type of moment to prey on somebody's weaknesses and sadness and hurt and try to fuck them. He felt some type of way because that was some type of shit that he would do. Mel made it 100% clear that Marceau has never came on to her. He's never approached her in any type of sexual way. He's never touched her, made her feel uncomfortable, and that nothing has ever happened between them two. And they literally just met up at Chick-fil-A, and he was just giving her advice, saying that they will work it out, this, that, and the third, or whatever. And this was in 2017. So, I hear everything they're saying, but I just think that Marceau does have a crush on Mel. I think that there's something about Mel that he finds intriguing, that he likes, not only outside of her beauty, but her go-getter attitude. And I think where Teesha lacks in being strong and assertive, he likes that Mel is. I think that's a turn on. Do I think if Mel ever gave him the inclination that it was go time, he would jump on it in a heartbeat. Like I said, I'll never forget that episode when he walked over to her. I think it was season one or whatever, when she finally was like, I'm tired of this nigga. And they was at the event and he walked up and put his hand on the small of her back and was like, hey, how you doing? You want to talk? And Marcel came over there and was like, hell, can I talk to my wife or whatever? Like, nigga, you better move the fuck on. I just will never forget that, and the way he looks at her when she walks into a room, how his face lights up. It's something there, Bonquisha. It is something the fuck there. And Teesha know it's something there because she was like, y'all met her for drinks? You call her for drinks? Baby, Teesha was about to have an aneurysm. Child, her creamsicle was about to melt. Teesha was about to be on suicide watch. But then when Mel explained herself, she was like, oh, okay, like, okay, it wasn't nothing. But baby, Teesha was about to have a fit and start crying because she know, just like we know, that her husband does have a crush on Mel. And I think that is a sore spot for her in her insecurities in her marriage. Um, so then the topic of Mel cheating on Martell at some point in their marriage. She said that she did not cheat. He says that she does. Now, mind you, Mel had already said 50 million times that when she found out he cheated on her the first time with Ariana, she moved out and got an apartment for a few months. She had already said previously that she did see somebody else and that they did have a moment. That has been came out on the show and interviews and this of that nature. Martell then equates that to her cheating on him like she did it first. At the end of the day, sir, you had been cheating on her. You got caught. She moved out. She started talking to somebody else. Y'all were separated. Is it wrong because at the end of the day, y'all are still married? Yes. But what's good for the goose is good for the gander, nigga. You had already cheated on her and she got your ass back. You can't be mad when she pulls a you on you. She did her. She had moved out the goddamn house. She got her pussy ate. It was great for what it was. And she did whatever she felt like she needed to do at the time. Y'all got back together. You took her ass back. And then you continue to cheat after that. So, boy, have several. Fuck off. You go suck a dick. He talking about some, you told me you sucked his dick or whatever. She was like, I did not suck that man dick. He was like, I got it on recording. And she was like, well, I don't remember. Now, when Mel hit us with the I don't remember, I was like, well, wait a minute, child. Well, did you lie to him and tell him that you sucked the other man dick to piss him off or whatever? Or did you do it and now you just don't want to cop to it? But regardless, I don't give a fuck if she did or if she didn't. I would have said, yeah, I sucked this dick and he ate my pussy and it was great. I savored that motherfucker like it was a lifesaver, nigga. I would have really digging that nigga ass because we all know that Martell literally uh will have a heart attack, has a heart attack anytime the thought of Mel being with somebody else comes up. Um, so then the topic of at the end of the episode, Martell loving Ariane. Carlos was like, you know, people online call her coleslaw, call her a side piece, the appetizer. He was like, I frankly think she's the whole meal. I think that you try to diminish her and demean her on this show because you don't want to accept the fact or acknowledge the fact that you do in fact love her. Um, and he was like, Martell kept on trying to say that he didn't cheat, and Carlos was like, well, how she get pregnant then? He's sitting there. He was like, "How old is your?" He was like, "Oh, yeah, man, you want to know the timeline?" He was like, "Yeah, how old is your son?" I, I don't. I just keep that info. Like it's all a game to him. Like I wouldn't even take him seriously. Like that smirk on his face and everything. Like all he does is lie. Like this is a whole showtime for him. Like don't nobody take. I don't take Martell seriously. Like he is an absolute joke. Like he could not rile me up because like look at you, nigga. Look at you. You look like you extra in the movie Glory. Boy, sit down. Sit down. You look like you was part of the platoon that Denzel Washington and then was in. Like, boy, bye. Like, he is a joke to me. So he doing all that smirking and shit because he lies so much he can't even keep up with his lies, first of all. And like you sitting up here still lying. Like, nigga, y'all are divorced. Keep it 100. Don't nobody give a fuck. And so when Carlos posed the question, if you would have met this woman before you met Melody, would you have married her? And he's sitting there. First of all, the answer is no, because if that was the case, he had been married her ass now. He still won't even acknowledge this girl publicly. Child, please. If he wanted her like that, he would have left Mel and married her ass. They are divorced now. Mel has moved on with her life. If he wanted Arian like that, she would have had a ring on her finger as soon as the divorce papers was dry. And he still refuses to acknowledge her publicly. He still refuses to acknowledge that baby publicly. He don't want her. He like her because she is easy. She's easy. And I'm not even talking about sexually. She's easy to deal with. She's not on the same level as Mel. Mel is a go-getter. Mel gonna do what she needs to do. Mel is smarter than him. And I feel like Martell felt inferior to Melody. He saw that she was the star of the relationship. She was the brains behind that shit. And he felt what's the word? I'm fucking losing having my brain for it. He felt inferior to her. He knew that he could not measure up. It's some shit going on up in here in his childhood where Martell does not feel good enough. Like I said from season 1, season 2, I feel like somebody done touched on that boy inappropriately. That man is damaged goods. And with Ariane, that bitch is easy because she's dingy as fuck. She allows and accepts anything that he gives her. That man could fuck half of fucking Tuscaloosa, Alabama, everybody, and she'll still be there. He knows that that is a sure thing. That little dumbass little girl ain't going no motherfucking where. He's smarter than her, which is not saying much. He can manipulate her. You know what I'm saying? She's easy. She's the 80-20. Mel is the 80, she's the 20. So if he really wanted her, he would have been with her. That's why he steady want to be over her with this 80 because he realized that 20 wasn't really what he thought it was. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing but sexual there. And he liked the games. He liked to argue. He liked the ratchetry of it all. He liked people clamoring and fighting over him because he didn't get that love growing up at home because daddy and them wasn't there. And mama was probably too busy trying to work and keep a roof and food in their mouths. And he was, like I said, the awkward little funny looking little boy that didn't have much. He wasn't that smart. He even said he wasn't good in school. Martell looked like he was a late bloomer. He was funny looking as hell with them ears. He grew into himself. He got some muscles. He got a little bit of change and he lost his goddamn mind. So Booth be gone. Fuck that nigga. Don't nobody give a fuck. So that was my review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Overall, I give Reunion Part 1 of A. Carlos did the damn thing. Don't nobody else need to host except for me or Funky Dineva moving forward. But other than that, yeah, he did the damn thing. He needs to go back over there to Bravo and host those reunions as well. So yeah, I loved it. Let me know what y'all thought about Reunion Part 1. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell button. I love you guys immensely, and I will see you on the next review. Peace.